Hello friends, Mandar here. I'm back with another video. Today we're going to talk about some current topics related to travel restrictions to India and back to United States. We'll also talk about the DHS withdrawal of biometric requirements, and we'll also talk about predictions for EB3 and EB2 India in the upcoming months. So if you're interested in this topic, watch this video until the end and let's get started. If you are here for the first time, welcome. My name is Mandar and I make immigration related videos for US and Canada. I'm not an immigration lawyer, so anything that I say on this video or on my channel is for information purpose only. And for your specific immigration needs, you should hire a competent immigration lawyer. We have been talking about the COVID situation in India. It has been worst in the last several weeks. Although the numbers are slightly improving, it's still a relatively bad situation. There is a shortage of oxygen, shortage of vaccines, and a lot of things. People in need are finding it difficult to get a bed or emergency bed to get oxygen in the hospital. So a lot of people such as myself who has family in India are worried and are willing to help, but they don't know how. I have done some contributions for some NGOs and some organizations that are helping in India, but I really don't know where my money went. So here's my suggestion. If you really want to help, money is not an issue in my opinion at this point of time. What is essential is the oxygen concentrators, the mask, the supplies that are needed to take care of a COVID patient. So in my opinion, the best help that you can do is connect with your friends and family back in India who are impacted and try to supply some oxygen concentrator or some help directly to them. So if you are able to secure a O2 concentrator somewhere from China or somewhere from around the world, you can ship it directly to your friends and family in India. If they are not impacted by COVID, they could at least share that with their neighbors or whoever they know are impacted. So this is the direct help you can do sitting here in the United States. That is just my suggestion, but do whatever you can. Instead of worrying, I think it's best that we can provide any help we can to our near and dear ones in India. Now I'll go through the travel advisory on Indian website as well. Now here's what you can see on the Indian website, Bureau of Immigration, Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India. They have given some advisory on this particular web page, and you can see it says restrictions on international flights from India. So it goes through a lot of different countries. For example, you can see here USA has issued travel advisory to their citizens for visiting India. United Airlines has suspended its flight operations to India citing administrative reasons. However, on the intervening night of April 25th, 26th, it resumed flight operations and operating two flights, and those are the two flights, Delhi to Chicago and Delhi to San Francisco. So they have allowed flights, and you can see all the other countries as well. For example, Canada, it has suspended all flights from India for 30 days starting from the intervening night of April 23-24. However, cargo flights from India will continue to operate. So this kind of gives you an advisory on all the travel restrictions that are in place to several different countries. Now let's look at what it says on the United States government website. Now as you can see on the travel.state.gov website, they have also given some advisory for India travel. And here you can see as of May 5th, 2021, the level for India travel is level 4, which clearly says do not travel. So do not travel due to COVID restrictions in India. And it also goes on to say United citizens who wish to depart India should take advantage of available commercial transportation options. Now I would like to suggest that if you are not a citizen or a green card holder, or if you don't fall into one of those exception categories, do not attempt to travel, because you could get into problem during the immigration or get stuck in India or in the United States if you are traveling back and forth. Where US citizens or green card holders are allowed to travel, but there are still some restrictions. You need to have a negative COVID test within 72 hours of your boarding. So remember, 72 hours. If it's more than that, if the flight has cancelled or whatever if there is any other reason, you'll need to retake the test at the time of boarding the flight. And even after doing that, you would probably have to come back and quarantine in the destination country. So check for the latest travel related restrictions and check how they apply to your visa category. If you are on a visitor visa, it is most likely that you are not going to be allowed to board a flight. Now they have put these restrictions for 30 days and they are going to review every 30 days. So after 30 days, if the situation improves, they might remove these restrictions. Now next topic is DHS withdraws proposed biometric rule. Now as you can see here, what the DHS has announced just today, which is May 7th, that it will withdraw proposed biometric rule. So the Department of Homeland Security has withdrawn a proposed rule that would have expanded department authority and requirements for collecting biometrics by removing age restrictions, requiring submission of biometrics for every applicant, petitioner, sponsor, beneficiary, or other individual filings for or associated with immigration or naturalization benefit. They have announced this just today. So there was a proposed biometric rule that was published on September 11th last year under the previous administration. Now this new administration is withdrawing this proposed biometric rule. Now what it means to us is one of the most important categories of visa that was impacted by this was H4 EAD. It was taking a hell of a long time for H4 EAD holders to renew or extend their EAD card. Now as you know, H4 itself is dependent on H1 and the EAD, the H4 EAD is dependent on H4. So when the petition was made along with H1B, H4 had a requirement to go and do biometric every time they had to extend their EAD card. So the biometric appointments, as you know, due to COVID have been taking a long time. So what it meant was, if your EAD was about to expire, if it was 6 months out to expire, you would have to apply for your renewal. And if it does not come in time before your previous EAD card expires, then you are not allowed to continue to work. So there could be a gap in the employment. So that is what was the impact. And the EAD, due to this biometric requirement, EAD was taking a long time. Now with this removal of or withdrawal of this rule, we can expect that this H4 EAD's processing time will drastically reduce. So it is good news for a lot of people in this category. Now the DHS also mentioned that it will continue to collect biometric information because it is critical. It is required for the integrity of the process, for the security, national security. So they got to check who is coming in and who is dependent. So they will do it as per need basis, but it won't be blanket for everybody. So that is a good news. Now lastly, I also wanted to talk about the prediction for EB2 and EB3 category for India in the upcoming months. Now in my previous video, I explained in detail why EB2 and EB3 dates are moving forward, because consulates are still not giving out the immigrant visas. So obviously people who are in the United States are getting the benefit out of it because of those spillover numbers from the family-based category. So that is continuing to happen. This year we have 262,000 visas available, immigrant visas available for EB category that have to be used before September 30th. So USCIS is doing its best, as Charlie Oppenheim mentioned in his video as well, to allocate these visas and give out green cards. Now it is expected that whatever dates are there in the filing date chart will be met by final action date chart. So basically final action dates will move towards the filing date or try to come as close as possible to the filing dates for EB2 and EB3. What it means is, for EB3 the dates have to move up until January of 2014, which is a significant movement if you think about it. In the next 3 to 4 months until September, we can expect to see up to 5 to 6 months of progression for EB3 in the next couple of months. Charlie also did mention that because of these downgrade situations, EB3 might slow down a little bit, but even that slowdown is going to be in the range of 3 to 4 months or even more. So by the end of this fiscal year, EB3 will be still close to January 1st of 2014 in terms of processing. Now EB2 final action date will also try to come very close to filing date chart dates, which means that it will also move by 3 to 4 months every month until September. Now remember, on the 1st of October there will be new visa numbers coming in, and they are supposed to be even bigger, and they are supposed to be even greater or a bigger number than this year as per Charlie. So we'll see what happens. So EB2 and EB3 expect to see those dates reach or match the filing date chart dates. My only suggestion is, if you are in that date range of becoming current, get ready to collect all of your documentation for 485, so that when it's time to file, you are ready to go. So that's all I wanted to cover in this video. If you got value out of this video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one.